Look at this. Awesome.
Any more coming?
Sure, come on.
I'm going to get it started. This is the watchroom of the Portsmouth Harbor Lighthouse. What a watchroom is used for in lighthouses in general. It's where the keeper on duty would be spending his time. He'd be maintaining the light, making sure that it's burning properly. If this is a large offshore lighthouse, we'll have a mechanism in here, much like a clock that they'd have to wind every couple of hours that would rotate the beacon. Here at Portsmouth Harbor, it never really had to be used as such as that, because there's always just one lighthouse keeper here. You didn't have to worry about bothering the other lighthouse keepers. I mean, he lived in the house, which is that big white house right there. You can see the light from the house. So you could really maintain the light right from the house. But this room was probably just used more for a little bit of storage, a little bit of kerosene storage, mostly cleaning supplies, which is the biggest part of the keeper's job. This is a list of the keepers that have been here over the years. The very first keeper, John Cochran, was actually the commander of the British fort next door. In 1774, when the people from this area overthrew the fort and took the gunpowder and the cannon, and the British left, they abandoned the lighthouse. The lighthouse was used during the Revolutionary War, but just for a lookout post to watch for British ships in the river. In 1784, President Washington, George Washington, said he wanted all the lighthouses along the coast relit and manned, and that's when this one was relit. The gentleman's name was Bell. He was the very first American lighthouse keeper here. The longest serving lighthouse keeper here is Joshua Card. He was here for 35 years. He was born and raised here in Newcastle. Went to sea at the age of 12 with his father on a fishing schooner by the name of Pope. He was the cabin boy. His father was the first mate. Sailed as far south as Cuba at the age of 12. Did that worked on fishing boats for approximately 20 years. Came back here to Portsmouth, got a job at the Navy Yard where he learned how to handle horses. Became a teamster. He applied that knowledge to start his own stagecoach line going between Newcastle and Portsmouth. Did that for a number of years, very successful at it, but he wanted to get back to the sea. He heard about a lighthouse position opening up at Boone Harbor. Boone Harbor, this is a picture of Boone Harbor. It's 7 miles off the coast of York, Maine. Very desolate lighthouse. A lot of tragic history out there, too. He was out there for 7 years, and the 7 years he was out there, he became the highest paid lighthouse keeper in the country. His family was out there with him, too. Towards the end of the 7 years, he told of a storm that came through that acted like a giant tidal wave, just flooded the entire island, ripped boats out of their moorings, sent him out to sea, flooded the house, destroyed his furniture. He had to take his family from the tower for their safety. That's a 133-foot tower, too, by the way. I think about that time he's thinking
Important is what makes this a lighthouse. Al, he just got dumped out there.
Yeah.
You guys suck. Stand-up paddle. In case you didn't know, that's what they're called. Suck. So that makes it a supper. Anyway, what this is inside this green acrylic shell is an operational 4th order fixed Fresnel lens. Invented in 1822 by this guy, Auguste Fresnel. And on the other side are pictures of various other sizes and types. When you look at the pictures, the one in the lower left-hand corner is of an operational of a 1st order Fresnel lens. Take a look at that. The guy standing next to it is my size. A 1st order lens would not fit in this lens they would use. They came in 6 sizes. The bigger the number, the smaller the lens. This is a 4th order. It's fixed. There were 2 types, fixed and rotating. The rotating ones in those pictures are the ones with bullseyes, which made the light blink different patterns. So you can tell one lighthouse from another, which is important to know where you are and you're looking at a lighthouse at night. But even more important, in places where you have 2 lights close together, such as we have here, that being the other one down there in the roads, Whaleback, which is the southernmost light in Maine, sitting on Whaleback Ledge. Now that's a white beacon, and that marks a hazard to navigation. This marks the entrance to a harbor. You do not want to confuse the two. Again, bad results when that happens. The source of light for this are 2 1,000-watt light bulbs. No, I don't know how much they cost. I don't plan to buy one. When one burns out, the other one automatically takes over. Now he's going with the current, and he's making much better progress. Anyway, the lantern is fully automated. It has an electric cell which causes it to turn on when it gets dark and turn off when it gets light. The Coast Guard maintains the lens, the lantern, and the fog signal, which is that dirty white cylinder out there, decorated at no cost to us by the seabirds. That's not fully automated. What happens with that is that when the people in the tower up there, the Coast Guardsmen in the tower up there, look out towards Whaleback on a foggy day and they can't see it because it's too foggy, then they turn on the fog signal, which is a horn. And the other time they do that is if one of us is up here alone and they don't want us to fall asleep. I've had that happen twice. Also, lately, the Ghost has been turning it on, just turning it on. That's happened the last few weeks. It just goes on. None of us-
Really?
Yeah, it just does. We don't know why. Now, this lens, to get back to it very quickly, was a big advance in lighthouse technology because prior to the invention of this, they used parabolic reflectors to concentrate the light source into a fixed beam. Parabolic reflector will concentrate maybe 16% of a light source. This, which is an arrangement of prisms inside a cast iron frame, concentrates better than 80% of the light source into a fixed beam. As a result, the height of the tower, you can see this light 13 nautical miles at sea, which is about twice as far as the Isles of Shoals up there.
Wow.
Now, any questions about the fog signal, the lantern, or the lens? If not, I'm going to point out some things you can see from up here. Starting with Portsmouth's biggest landmark, and wouldn't you like this for your town? The Portsmouth Naval Prison.
The prisoner,
Yep, no longer a prison, just a storage facility. Where are you folks from?
I'm from New